What's up everybody, Zorak47, and this is Risk of Rain 2. This game has been eating so much of my time lately, and I figure I might as well do a video on it. That said, I have unlocked a great number of things. I will be doing the base-ish version for today, and then probably another video of my favorite. But for right now, we'll be doing the base version of the Commando, which is the only character you have unlocked in the beginning. All these other ones are unlocked via achievements. As you can see, this one requires pause, free the survivor suspended in time. Honestly, no idea what that means. I'm gonna be bumping it down to drizzle, or easy, for this just because in solo, the difficulty ramps up so fast. So we're gonna be doing that, and we're gonna just dive right on into it here. Oh no, the one, well, I'll do my other video later. But this is the Commando, which just has your two main guns, a roll, your standard sprint. Now, killing enemies yields currency, which is needed to open all these boxes. This is just a printer. It exchanges one item for the one you see there. Not gonna be doing that. 27, I need 30. These little cylinder ones you can open, it's just some free cash. Which is always a good thing. Oh boy. I heard a big one behind me. Where we do have the 30, so I'm gonna pop this boy here. Get us detonate enemies on kill. Excellent. Boom. From what I have found so far is some of the best upgrades to look for increase your rate of fire, general damage, and movement speed. Those are going to be my top priorities. Healing, also important, but they can't hit you if you don't stop moving. They can't catch you, they can't hit you. Plus, later on, so many things spawn at a time, you're going to want to be able to get around these maps extraordinarily quickly. This is a down drone for 40. I believe it is just a combat drone, a gunner drone. So I'm probably going to take him, because the drones can be extremely useful once you get a bunch of them. It is a gunner drone. Wonderful. The Commando's special ability, or R, fires a quick volley that stuns the target. It's always nice to remember what your abilities are going to do. It's a special. His secondary ability, primary, is of course just the firing. Secondary is that bolt there, which deals a pretty good amount of damage. Come on. Stop it. 10 special, of course. That is the volley. 25, what do we got here? This right here is the soldier syringe. Increase attack speed. That is one of my favorite items in the game. You'll notice a serious attack speed boost if you get around 5 to 10 of them. Things start to get kinda awesome. However, usually after 1 or 2, you'll notice a slight increase in your attack speed. You might even notice it already. I don't much notice the first couple anymore. Monsters 2. Drop a healing orb on kill. Every enemy I kill will drop a healing orb, which is always fun. I think I glossed over the flashbang that I picked up as well, which just chance to stun on hit, which isn't bad at all. Though if I could choose what to trade out, that would probably be one of them, because I don't really notice it taking effect all that often. Pretty much right off the bat, you're just going to want to kill some things, get some money, and unlock the chests you have nearby. Well, you want to go for all the chests on the first map, at least I do, because that gives you a fairly decent advantage to entering the first teleporter event or boss fight. And as you can tell, there are a bunch of ways to cheese the fall damage system, which I greatly enjoy. Once you have a decent amount of money, you're going to want to kill enemies for the money. That's pretty much it. If you don't need money, don't worry about killing them, because the difficulty is on a timer. So the longer you mess around on a map, the harder it's going to get. And you don't want that. You want to bounce from map to map as quick as you can, because that will get you the most amount of bonuses or abilities. However, I need another 40 for another drone. Pop a few of these guys. Got my 40 for a healer drone. The healer drones are amazing because they will heal your other drones as well as yourself. I think there's one more up there we're gonna go check out. And then we can probably start the teleporter event. Oh, we got one over here too. Later on, if you're below the curve, you're not going to want to spend too much time looking for all of the loot chests. You're going to want to hit a few, or hit the ones you can easily find. That's just a turret, don't need that. Hit the ones you can easily find and move on, because you want to stack abilities as quickly as possible. Alright, so that looks to be about most, if not all, so we're going to go ahead and hit this teleporter event, which is going to start the first boss fight. Once you start the teleporter event or the boss fight, it locks out most of the other options for loot. Say you need one, but you start the teleporter event and it's out there somewhere, it will lock it. You will not be able to access it. We're going with the Wandering Vagrant on the first fight, huh? That's a bummer. That's a tough way to start this out. But you are just going to want to hound these guys as hard as you can. This is gonna hurt. Staying inside their giant red ring, or the radius of the teleporter, is actually how you charge it. See, as it's going up 67, 68, it will flash and stop as soon as I leave that ring. And things will continue to spawn for the entirety of the charging process. Once the boss is defeated, they will drop an item. Well, once the boss is defeated, an item will spawn next to the teleporter. And we are off to... Oh, okay. Occasionally, once the teleporter is fully charged, a portal will pop up next to it, taking you to various locations. There are 3 different portals, and they all take you to different places. Some not good, but if you the basic is just take the teleporter, you'll be fine. Take you to a new world. You can essentially play this game as long as you want to. Play it long enough, and you can essentially get enough items to break the game. It's kind of awesome. Because, as you can tell with the flashbangs at the top, items stack. And being solo, all the items are yours. You do not have to share with multiplayer people. Get back here. There we go. Alright. So, being able to get every item, you can get some crazy abilities going. We have $67. We need to find a crate. Looks like there is one down here. We need some loot. Guitar. Ukulele, sorry. Causes your attacks to jump via electrically to nearby enemies. Of the same type, I believe. Anything that... Alright, here we have a special... Special abilities are insane. These special items are insanely powerful and amazing. This one. I like this one. It's a Gatling gun. It's called the Kickstarter. And pretty much, you activate it via the special button, Q, and it begins firing. However, every shot costs a little bit of money, as you can see. However, it does a quite significant amount of damage. I like it. Ooh, great! I love it for boss fights. So much, just so nice on boss fights. Personal shield generator. Good, good. Alright, let's keep moving. So there is the teleporter. I'm not going to activate it yet, because there should still be quite a bit of loot around here to collect. And we are still on easy. Once we tick up into medium, things are going to get a little bit more interesting. However, it would be a very smart idea. Crowbar, perfect. Deal more damage to healthy enemies. Which essentially means the higher their health, the more my damage, the more I hurt. With that, actually, we're going to go ahead and hit this teleporter because we're going to want to try to start this, get this over with before we take into medium. Because that is going to increase the difficulty a little bit. So we're going to hit it. And it is a Stone Titan. Not that bad. However, I'm going to focus on taking out some of these little guys so I can build up the money for my Gatling gun here. And this should be plenty. So we're going to go ahead and hit the Gatling gun and take this dude down. see his health bar just melt with that Gatling gun on him. And he gave a fuel cell, an additional equipment charge, which is awesome, but not entirely useful for the Gatling gun. That's okay, because we will swap out this Gatling gun at some point. Now, note, if you are new to the game, you will need to do several playthroughs. There is a Lunarcorn down there, and I want it. Lunarcorns are the high-tier currency. They can unlock some seriously crazy abilities. Now, as I was saying, if you are new to the game, you're going to have to play through several times, because the more achievements you get actually unlocks new items in the game. And some items are completely locked until conditions are met. Chance to hook all nearby enemies. Like, that is a new one. I have not seen that before. Sentient meat hook. Okay, I kind of like it. But, as I was saying, some are completely locked until you die a certain way. And then a new item is unlocked and added into the game to appear randomly. So most of these items will not appear on the first playthrough, or probably even the fifth. I have spent days playing this at this point. However, it has almost infinite replayability because of that factor right there. The more you play, the more you do, the different ways you die, the more you accomplish. Each add some value to a replay. So with this, you can die. You can die as well. All of you can just die. You can all just die. Lunarcorn. We're looking at 86. Take it. The War Banner. One of the most useful items in my opinion. Upon a level up or activating the teleporter event. Oh, taking that. I need some more crowbars. Crowbars are immensely useful. With these, you can transfer as many items as you want. However, it is random. You do not choose which item gets taken. However, the crowbar is immensely useful in dealing extreme amounts of damage, and I would like 5 of them. Perfect. Now I deal a ridiculous amount of damage to healthy enemies, which is always a good thing. The more damage you can deal, the better your chances of survival. We have another War Banner. I'm going to take this. Rapidly healing outside of danger, always a good thing. However, at some point you are always in danger, so you're going to want that early on if you have a choice. Booyah! This is one of the ways to spend Lunarcoins, these weird little pustule things. 1 Lunarcoin to open the pod. Get a Brittle Crown. I will take the Brittle Crown, because the Brittle Crown, gain hold on hit, but lose gold on getting hit. So every time I hit somebody, I gain a little bit of gold. Every time somebody hits me, I lose a little bit of gold. However, the goal is to always turn out more damage than you're taking. I have leveled up and the War Banner has dropped. And inside the radius of the War Banner increases your rate of fire, increases your movement speed, increases your damage. Being in this circle is always a good thing. There is the teleporter. However, we have quite a bit of room to cover here still. So we need to go up through the caves because there's always some fun stuff up there. And then we can go hit that teleporter. We are a little over halfway through medium. And looks like our first bar of items is almost full, so I'd say we are doing a pretty good job so far. And then these guys get in the way. Because of those crowbars, the first half of his health goes almost immediately. Another lunar pod! I will take it. Because these are incredible. Focus convergence. I have no idea what that is. Increase the speed of teleporter charging, but reduce the size of the zone. I'll take it. Spending lunar coins on things is essentially game-changing. It will quite literally change the way you play the game. This box right here is a special timed box. There's an achievement for opening it. You have 10 minutes from the start of your game to open it. No matter what zone you start in, no matter how many times you need a teleport to get to this zone, you have 10 minutes. After your 10 minutes, this box is locked and you cannot access it. Inside the box is a ridiculously awesome, powerful weapon. I would strongly suggest making, after a few playthroughs, making a strong attempt to get to it. This is typically the third world you will come to. Typically. So, in that case, probably 7 out of 10 times. What is this? Eccentric vase. Do not want that. That just allows you to essentially fast travel, teleport from one zone to another. Not the most useful thing in the world. However, this usually being the third zone makes it possible, but tricky to get to that box. It will spawn in its... I have encountered it in one of 4 places. Yeah, it doesn't spawn in the same place every time, just to make things more interesting. It will either be where it is right now. Die, die, die. At the top of that cliff by that giant beacon. I have seen it spawn. Pick up these crates along the way. I will let you know when we get there. Loot takes priority over all. What do we have here? I will take you. Chance to bleed on hit. Always good. More damage, more life. The higher damage, the higher your life expectancy. I have seen it spawn on this platform down here, that special crate, as well. The strangest place I have seen it spawn was right up here in this little crevice. Not sure why it was there. It's the oddest place I have found it so far. Jade Elephant, don't need it. Rapid, it extremely increases your armor for like 20 seconds or something. It's not bad. The most common place I've seen it is either where it is now at the top of the cliff. I fell right off of that. That's what happens when you don't pay attention, kids. Or typically it is in this crate in here in the back corner. Those are the 2 most common places, in this crate and at the top of that hill. Now, I believe we have done a fairly good job at getting almost everything in this map. And we are about to tick over into hard. So we're going to want to get out of here and start the next map before that happens. However... Right, the teleporter was over here. So we need to make our way over yonder. There she blows. So we're gonna go ahead and hit this. Get out of the way a little bit because we were going to drop this, and it's a magma worm. Fantastic. I'm going to activate the Gatling and just destroy this worm and anyone else I happen to look at. And for the smaller zone here, we'll be in here. Molten Perforator. Chance on hit to fire magma balls? That's a new one too. I approve. Oh, that's totally awesome. A healing pulse here from one of my abilities as well. Whoa, hey. We can see how this is charging faster than the other one. As well as due to Brittle Crown and all the hits and damage I've done, I have a ridiculous amount of gold. Teleport is ready, and we are off. I will run through. This should be the world I'm thinking of. It almost always is the 4th or 5th world. It is not. This is the Siren's Call. Not the world I was hoping for. But that is alright. This game is nothing but adaptability. Alright, we're going to want to get it here. That's a lot of birds. That should be enough to start opening crates. Once you have enough to start opening them, you really just, you don't have to pay attention to anybody. Ooh, a drone. A missile drone. That took all of our money. But totally worth it. Drone is going to be immensely helpful. And we just lost one of them. That blows. Just got a missile drone and lost our healing drone. Oh god, it was a healing drone. Crap. Oh well. We push on. Let's see. There we go. Drop and roll to avoid the fall damage. Right now, I'm just looking for crates. Do not need the turrets. You don't want to let those orb things get close to you. When they get close, they explode. It's super annoying. Crate. Increase defense while sprinting. Perfect. So I'm going to ignore everybody and just try to hit up. Shrine of the Woods. No, thank you. Shrine of the Woods, if activated, you pay that amount, and it pretty much emits a healing aura for a small radius around the tree. Is there? There's a crate down here. I knew it. It's a crowbar. Even better. And this one we have bonus crystal, more damage to nearby enemies. Also good. Let's get the hell out of here. Alright, we're about to uptick into very hard. So I want to get one more crate. Oh, looks like, yeah, there's one more over there. And then we'll go hit that teleporter. Woo! No, no, no. Ow. Getting caught inside the blue bubbles that appear will freeze you for a short time. Alright, let's hit this teleporter and get the hell out of here. Take that turret for some extra backup. And it's another magma worm. In all honesty, the magma worms are some of the probably the easiest boss you can have. They're pretty easy to avoid. They're fairly large, so they soak up damage pretty quick. It is not hard to deal with the magma worm, in all honesty. And then that turret should keep us pretty well defended from here. The money does not go with you from world to world, which kind of sucks. But it's understandable. And through the teleporter one more time. This should take us to the end of the chain of worlds. Yes, Sky Meadow. The most important thing here to notice is the chat. It says Primordial Teleporter has aligned with the moon. And this very hard is also the point where bosses you'll begin to encounter just randomly in the worlds. And magma worms are probably the most annoying one to encounter randomly. Oh, okay. Because they will follow you, and they follow fast. The other ones you can kind of run around and aren't always right on you. The magma worms are always right there. So they are one that you want to kill when it comes up. And there it goes. Alright, now the important thing about this world is the teleporter. This teleporter can take you to 2 places. Well, I suppose it has the option of 2 settings, more likely. Sounds more accurate. First, let me find it. And we're gonna want to collect some stuff here. Sprint faster. Awesome. Movement speed is always something you want to increase every chance you get. Want equipment, I'll take it. That was an equipment drone. It gives my currently equipped equipment to the drone to use at will. Another crowbar. Nice. At which point it frees up my inventory slot again to use another equipment. However, You will not be able to determine when the drone uses that equipment. It will use it every time the cooldown is essentially done. Ooh, Samarang. That is a good one. Samarang is insanely powerful. 3 giant saw blades go out and return to you. Not a lot can carve through health like a Samarang. There's the teleporter. Notice its unique difference in shape and style. If you leave it as is always on default, it's the primordial teleporter. This will take you to another almost more like another dimension, where you lead up to a horrible boss fight. Generally you die. I haven't beat it yet. It's on the list. It's on the to-do list. However, if you do not want to go straight to the horrible boss fight, there is a way to avoid it. And that would be going to any one of these and shifting the destination. That will change the configuration of the teleporter, and it will align with the planet. Now, activating the teleporter starts a teleporter event, as is usual. However, after this event, both times it activates an event. There's no getting around. Every time you want to teleport, you need an event. But after this event, I died. That's actually fine. We're at the end of the episode anyway. Tells you what you're killed by, all your items, the class, and it tells you your score for everything you've accomplished. But once you get through that teleporter event, it will transport you to another planet, and you can continue going along the same lines as we were. Just gathering items, powering up, becoming more powerful, and just continuing through. Every 3 or 4 planets, it will take you back to Sky Meadow, and you will have to adjust the alignment of the teleporter to continue. At any point once you get to Sky Meadow, if you do not adjust it, it will take you to, I honestly don't remember the name of it, but you will face the King of Nothing. And he is kind of a bitch, frankly. It's a pain. I've killed him. You take him down once, he spawns some guys, you kill them, he comes back. I've not beaten him a second time because he has an insanely powerful ability where essentially 2 hits will drain 1,000 health. But that's not the point. The point is, make the adjustments to the teleporter and continue on just gathering, inevitable, the gathering, the killing. It's great. I have spent so much time on this game, and again, this is Risk of Rain 2. Never really played the first one, honestly, but this is an amazing game. The RNG of the dropped items, no playthrough is going to be the same as the one before. Like those crowbars, I had like 6 crowbars. Granted, I did buy a bunch of them at the printer, but like 6 of them, I've never had 6 crowbars before. Nor have I ever seen that hook, the sentient meat hook. Every playthrough is new, it's different, and once you start unlocking classes, it can be extraordinarily difficult. Like, one of the ones to get, I believe, is the Engineer. His main weapon is a chargeable grenade launcher. You have the Mercenary, which, as you can see, he has a sword, so melee combat. This game with melee combat is an entire different animal. Like you saw, it's shooting, seems like a shooting game. You go at it with melee, it's way different. Whole new sets of challenges, like the flying guys, or him again, melee. The Huntress is the one I will be doing my next playthrough with. The Huntress is my absolute favorite, so check out my next video. I can make it so much farther with her than I can with anyone else. But that's about it. Risk of Rain 2, check it out on Steam. wonderful game. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.